thought I'd do a quick video on one of the covered bridges up here in Quebec. As you can see behind me, there it is. We're going to go over and we're going to take a look at one of the few remaining covered bridges that there are left in Ontario. So yeah, let's have a look. So let's take a walk over it. You can actually see it's got the height restriction on there, and this one actually is in pretty good condition. It's still being used. We'll drive over it in a little while, but you can see that the floor is made out of wood, and there's all the nails in there, and you can see all the joists and the beams are still standing here. You get all these cross members that are all interlocked with each other, big bolts and wires and cables. And this is a really long one. If we take a look out, you can actually see the river that we're crossing over here, and it's quite a fast flowing river. Let's continue on our tour across the bridge. I can see a big pothole. So here's a section that's given way. They'll probably come back and fix that in some way, but you can actually see how it's made up, and there's down on the ground cross members, and then we got boards on the top, and then there's nails sticking up. I don't think you want to hit that very well. So yeah, this is the covered bridge. And there it is from the other side. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the bridge from the side. So we're going to follow this trail down here, and hopefully it should bring us to an area where we can see the bridge from the side. So it's quite a long bridge. I'm going to go down this trail and take a look underneath the bridge. A bit overgrown, this trail, eh? And we're under the bridge. From under here we can actually see how the construction of the bridge goes with all of those beams. Pretty neat. And here is the fast flowing river. So there's a shot from the other side of the bridge, and you can hear the creaking when the cars go over. So let's go up and have a look underneath the actual foundation itself, because you gotta see how these are kind of made up, because this is really funky. So we have a foundation that is just wood loaded with rocks, and this is the entrance section of the bridge. And look at the size of those beams. Like, there's my hand for reference. They're huge. And then it sits on those big pillars, those big beams there, and spans that weight across. And you can see right down there. And there seems to be 3 layers. Like, we got 8 by 8 beams going along the stretch, and then we've got, I don't know, probably 8 by 3, 8 by 4 beams going the other way, and then we got the plank sitting on top. It's kind of neat. And then they got shims. You can see how they've shimmed it with plywood, with a bit of anything they had. That's kind of weird. I can still smell the creosote on the bridge too. And then we have that beam over there, that block cut on an angle. It's like, I don't think it would pass inspection in today's world, even though it probably stood far longer than many of our bridges, our steel ones. Okay, time to get down. Now we got to try and get down here now, which is more of a challenge. So we'll make our way back down the side of the bridge through all the bush. Oh, look at these raspberries. They're not quite ready yet. Oh, they're not bad. So, and there's our trail back up to the truck. And then we have a nice little seating area by the river, and some history of the bridge. Now, your French is obviously going to be better than mine. I'm sure you can read that. And here we have some more. And a little more. It's funny how I can't speak French very well, but when I read it I can make out the general gist. Hello. So there is the bridge further downstream. So, I'm going to try out these little swingy chairs then, see what these are like. All right. So, these are pretty cool. I like these. And they've even done bienvenue in the post itself. What a nice little park this is. It's got a boat launch. You can fish off the dock. And here we have the guardrail. The guardrail that runs along the whole length of the bridge on both sides, so you don't take out the supporting beams. Yeah, they are. What are they? They've got to be 3 by 8, I would say. That's a lot of wood. There's a lot of wood in this bridge. But yeah, you don't really want to hit that. So I hope you've enjoyed our little adventure on this covered bridge. We're adventurizing again. It's like I know nothing about covered bridges at all, but it's when you find one, they're kind of neat to stop and see, and then you just, once you're on one, you get intrigued by them. So you see a sign on the side of the road that says covered bridge this way, and you gotta go and have a look, because there's not many of them left. So yeah, kind of weird, I know, strange video on a covered bridge, but hey, unless you've been on one, unless you looked at them, you know, it's kind of intriguing, and it's kind of you appreciate the engineering that goes into them, you know. So yeah, that's our little video on another covered bridge. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, good morning, folks. Going home now through Quebec, and yet another covered bridge. So I thought we'd take a detour and stop and take a look at this one. So let's have a look. So this bridge is not in as good condition as the last one we went to, but let's take a look. It's a little shorter, and you can see built the same way, same joists, same beams, style. If you look overhead, you can see the timbers up there holding it all together. Now these would have probably been built way back to reduce the maintenance of snow removal, I would presume, because the kind of machinery you'd have to bring down here to keep this bridge clean in the winter would be quite a bit. So that's another covered bridge, and these are dotted all the way around. We find there's more in Quebec than there is in Ontario. Denomie, 1933 it was built. So let's have a look from the other side. So we'll take a look at the side of this one. Now, I know nothing about covered bridges, but I just find them kind of interesting. Take a look at, because I don't think they'll all be here that long. We go down and we can have a look underneath this one too. So as we go down under this covered bridge, we'll have a look how this one was constructed. again, we have the same foundation as the last one, with all these beams bolted together with shims and joists. So this one's got steel on it, look. That one's got a steel I-beam on it, on all four corners. So this one is probably a little more unstable than the last one we went to see. But you can see it's there's those same beams again being cut. Imagine dragging those out of the bush, cutting them all up square like that and having to lay them on. That's a lot of work. And the river's not as wild as the last one. So we'll make our way back up. So over we go again, back over to the other side. Walking on it, it's quite solid.
Shorter than the last one yesterday.
It is. I think the other one yesterday was like 2 lengths of this.
Yeah.
And this one's got more gaps in the side.
Or bigger.
A lot
The gaps
bigger.
are bigger.
So there you have it, another covered bridge, the wonders you see when traveling through Quebec. Hope you enjoyed the little video.